Hi, and welcome to the Handyman Geek. I'm not a professional at anything, but I do my damn best to get things done the right way. Today, you can see I'm going to change the lunchroom light to a Costco light. Great little light. So, I started off by trying to get this damn old one off the ceiling. After a few tries, I realized that it has some sort of clip mechanism on each side, so I ended up prying off the first one with a little force because they just kind of pop in. And as you can see, you can see my struggle here. Again, not a professional in anything, just love doing stuff around the house. And as you watch more of my videos, I'm also an IT guy by trade, so I'll be setting up a whole bunch of Google stuff around the house. And yeah, so watch other videos as I post them. So I'm new to this, so excuse for my shaky hand or what have you. But as you can see, I got the one side off, and I thought, the second side should come off, no problem. So here I am, just pushing and prying and wait for it. It's coming. Eventually, I just pop it all off, and the piece goes with it. Doesn't matter. It's gonna be junk anyways. It's a builder light they put in many years ago. So the cover comes off, no problem. And of course the fluorescent tubes, which were slowly dying. This is why I'm changing the light to a Costco light. And as you see more of my videos, got a lot of stuff from Costco. Love the Costco. I don't work for them. I don't get any endorsements from Costco, but I do like Costco. So be careful when you're changing the fluorescent tubes. Always make sure you're wearing protective eyewear. I have my glasses on just to protect myself, just in case, it drops or you don't want that chemical crap going into your eyes. So as I take off the second one, just twist it. You can see the little notches. Pull it through the hole, and it'll come right out. A little delay here because I'm on a ladder. I was trying to put it in the sink, but didn't realize they'll probably break if I drop it, so came down the ladder. Damn. And as you can see, I'm not a professional at making YouTube videos, so be nice to me. I do my best. So once I got that all done, and then I realized, okay, time to get the base off. The base wasn't as hard as getting the cover off, believe it or not. So there's only 4 screws, 2 screws on each side. I think a couple of screws weren't even in any wood, any ceiling joists. They're just loosely in the drywall. So I think only 2 of the 4 screws were actually being held at that point. We'll get into the wiring in a second. Make sure your circuit breaker's off. I turned the light switch off, thinking sometimes it kills the power to the light and you're okay, but in this case I do have my wire tester, and there we go. I'll use the wire tester, and at that point they were dead because I did flip the circuit breaker off. So when in doubt, flip the circuit breaker. You don't want to get, jagged with a whole bunch of voltage. Unless you're into that thing, then go ahead. But anyways, circuit breaker's off. Wires are confirmed to not have any current. I took off the morettes off the wiring, just so when I bring the unit down, the wires could just pop through the hole, no problem. So there was a ground, the black, which is the power, and the white is the neutral. I took out the other screws, again, to not doing anything. Excuse the camera angle once again. Once I get better at making videos, I'll give you better angles. So the base unit comes right off, and of course the builder doesn't put in an electrical box in the ceiling or anything. They just literally had the wire dangling right out of a hole in the ceiling. I've noticed this with more and more builder stuff in the past. Hopefully not newer homes, but older homes. They just pop a wire, put the Put the base on and away you go. I like to do things the right way. I will be putting an electrical box into this ceiling before I proceed, mainly because the Costco light, their base unit, has the 2 screws on each side, as you'll see coming up. So it has to be screwed into an electrical box. Unless you can find another creative way to do it, but I'm not into creativity. I'm just, I like to do things the right way. And also, you'll notice in my videos, I don't go into great lengths on videos. I just want to get to the point. Sometimes it was hard for me to hold the phone, the camera, while I was shooting. So it was more of just, okay, I'll show you the finished product after I'm done. So I found the joist in the ceiling. It's right next to the hole. Actually, I put my finger in and made sure I knew which way it was going, and I wanted to line up the box right against the joist to make it just a nice clean finish. So you outline the new electrical box. Still got to plug in all those holes later. So if you see the finished product and comment that, hey, what about the holes? Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll drywall it and paint it another day. So you try to get the wires out of the way. I noticed that wires didn't budge, so my guess was that it was being pinned down, which you'll see it was. So I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get my drywall saw and cut through the wire. So that would be a bigger issue. So you got your drywall saw, you start at one end and just go around. Again, I was going slow, I was just being careful. I wasn't 100% sure on which direction the wire was going in the ceiling. And again, take your time. It's not a hard thing to do, but just be careful doing it. So, cut. It gets a little dusty. Be prepared to have a little dust in your hair. I wasn't using a really big ladder, just a couple of step ladder. So, made a perfect cut. Then I realized it is being pinned down. So I got to get the wire holder off. And there it is. Just to make my life a little bit easier, I got to pull that out. And this way the electrical box will hold down the wire regardless. Sorry again for the shaky camera. New at this. Just thought I'd share my experiences redoing the house. Any other beginners or intermediates out there? Although, yeah, I've seen some professional work and I question that too, but I try to do things the right way. So, again, one hand trying to do it, one hand holding the camera. I did get it out though, no problem. So now you get the electrical box and just punch out which hole you feel is closest to the wire and how you're going to run it through. So I ran it through, and then you tighten the wire holder down. Same time, I ran the ground wire coming from the electrical panel, and I cut a bit of excess off. Once it's up there in the ceiling, there you can see the joists. So I put a couple of drywall screws just to hold it. It's really firm, really solid in there now. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to move. The wire is solid. It's not going to move. So far, so good. What I did was I took the 2 existing base unit screws off. And yeah, you could all say what you will. I didn't have to take them all the way off. I realized that after, when I put it back on, that the new unit had like the bigger hole, and then you slide it and you can just tighten the screws that way. So I did take them out anyways, regardless, and I'll put them back later. Not the end of the world. Then you get your black to your black on the new base unit and your white to your white, and make sure that you got your ground. I unscrewed the ground wire once again and tightened that up. Then once that's in, you tuck in your wires nice and neat, and you put the base unit in. And there you can see the two screws for the base. I put them back and just put them through the big hole. Just turn the unit a little over, and you can tighten it up a little. With this unit from Costco, I noticed that make sure that actually three sliders right there have enough play. Don't tighten it too tight on the ceiling, or it's not going to move and close the cover plate. So once I made sure it was snug and everything's good, you turn your power back on to the circuit breaker. You test the light first, and nice bright light, beautiful light from Costco. It's got three different settings for warm, like 3000K, 3500K. No, sorry, 3000, 4500, and 5000K. This is the brightest
Hey
right
Google,
now. And
laundry room
then
lights off.
I hooked it up to Google because all my lights are on Google, and I asked Google to turn it
Laundry
off.
room lights on.
And then I asked Google to turn on the laundry room light, and everything's good. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Ciao.